So then moving on with our Avid Pro Tools 101 test review, we did a post-production project. Again, we started with a new session. You can either go up to File and go to New, hit Command-Shift-N on a Mac, Control-Shift-N on a PC, or you could go straight for the dashboard. This time, we checked the box that says Create from Template, and then we used the template that we had done before. Within this project, we have specific parameters that we need to work within. Inside of post-production, they use almost exclusively BWF file format. They work in 24-bit. Remembering this relates to dynamic range, 24 bits, 6 decibels per bit. So this equals 144 dB of dynamic range. dB is short for decibels. We also used 48,000 hertz as our sample rate, or 48 kilohertz. These two together are the broadcast streaming standard for digital audio. This bit depth and sample rate creates reasonably sized sound files, which makes it so transmission isn't going to have buffer or lag. So in this assignment, we spent a lot of time importing things. When we import audio, the thing to remember is we never want to add. We always want to copy or convert. If we add, it's going to leave it in its original folder, like the downloads folder or something like that. So even if it's not highlighted, we always want to copy. If we can't copy, then we want to convert. And then we went to File, Import Video. So it has to create a new video track if it doesn't have one. You can either put it at the session start, at selection, or you can spot it. Spot, which is also a mode you can find in the upper left-hand corner. It allows you to type in a specific location. In this case, this went to our first frame of action. We also learned to use video. You had to go to Setup, Playback Engine, and then make sure this box that says Video Engine Enable is checked, and click OK. And the third thing we imported was session data. We went to File, Import Session Data. When we're doing that, we want to open up another session. We can import sound that's already been edited on tracks in another session, or we can import things like markers or memory locations. First, we did a few new things with old windows. Either in our edit window or our mix window, you can have this thing on the left side called a tracks list. Over on the left side, there are these dots. And if you press the dots, then the tracks go away. These dots are called track show hide dots. Even if a track is hidden, you will still hear it. But simply clicking the dot just means you won't see it. Then the other thing that we learned about windows is the video window. So if we wanted to actually see the video playing back, we'd go to Window, Video, and then when we played our transport, we would see the video moving. So we learned about the two types of plugin processing. One of them is AudioSuite. You find these in a menu up at the top. And if you want to use one of these plugins, you make the adjustments you're going to make. You have to hit render. It's very difficult to undo afterwards. They will try to trick you with this on the test. So look for this button that says Use in Playlist. This has to be blue. If it is not blue, then the results of the plugin won't be used in your edit window. The more common way to use plugins is using inserts. You have a total of 10 inserts, 2 banks of 5 on each channel. We also saw that if we opened a plugin and went to where it says Factory Default, and I'm looking at presets, this area is called my librarian menu. So the ones on inserts, the architecture that Avid uses is called AAX. Then the last thing we learned about was the file structure of Pro Tools. When you create a new session, it creates a parent folder. Within a Pro Tools folder, there must at the very least be a PTX file. That is what organizes all of the other files. In an audio session, there also absolutely has to be an audio files folder. If it is a video session, it needs video files, but these other things aren't necessary. The wave cache can be thrown away, and so can the session backup files, though they are very handy.